So we're going to be right here. Perfect. So I love that people are joining us. All right, welcome guys. So meet Elena. She's one of my very first students inside Luxury Merchant Photography Academy. So today we're gonna talk to her and see her transformation and what happened to her after she took the course and what kind of things happened to her. So I already shared some of her amazing work in the stories, and we're gonna share some more of it hopefully today. But first of all, welcome, Elena. Can you talk a little bit about yourself and how you got into the photography, and how did you find me and my academy?
Hi, everyone. My name is Elena. I'm 26 and I'm a new mom. Freshly moved to the United States about 5 years ago, almost 5 years, and used to work at the retail for quite some time. And after I got pregnant and went on my maternity leave, I decided to go back to photography. This is what I was doing back in my hometown in Moldova. And I was looking for some opportunity just to start again. And I found some photographer who was looking for some help. So this is like how I got the taste of maternity photography in general, like back into photography, because I used to do event photography, which can get easily like tiring because it's a lot of work and not enough time to process everything. And after a while, I understood that there's not enough knowledge, not enough ideas for me to develop in that field. So I was talking to one of my friends, and she said that, hey, I have a friend, friend of a friend, who is teaching photography. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, of course, yeah, send me her link. And I remember the link at the very probably one of the first videos when you were teaching posing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how I found out about Ksenia and her classes, her academy. And at that time, you probably wanted to do something with, I don't remember. I remember it wasn't online. So I was like, okay, when next time, because my baby was too small to leave her for the whole day. And then Ksenia came out with online courses, and I was so thrilled by that because I loved her work. I was following her for probably half year or even more, and every time like she would come up with a new reel or a new photograph, I was like, yeah, I want to do the same, but how I want to do it, like I
Yeah.
like the lightning, I like the posing, but how? And the very first time when like she came out with the luxury maternity academy, I asked my husband, like, hey, I want to do this and that, like I want to invest in that course and I know it's going to help me. And I didn't have like business at all at that time, like at all. I didn't have any paid
So
shoots.
can you talk to me about like what were you doing in the moment, because you signed up like October last year when we
Yeah,
first launched, so you
yeah,
were inside one of my very first group, and even though we live in the same area, you were taking the online courses. You just knew about me through friends, but that's how you found out about me, right?
yes,
Because we didn't know each other before I started the classics, so you were like one of the very first groups.
yeah.
So can you talk to me about the what was the main struggle for you? Like, why were you looking for like some education, or like what was the main thing? Like, what was happening in your photography, and why did you decide that you needed help? So,
So I did have a few just like paid gigs over the Facebook. And when I was looking to my photographs, I understood that I'm not thrilled by them. Like, if I wouldn't been a client who ordered these pictures, I would be like, why did I pay money? Because
mhm.
there's a lot of TFP photographers who are doing much better job than I did at that time. And they were doing that for free. So I didn't know how to pose clients. I didn't know what's wrong with my picture. I didn't know like how to locate the sun, because at that time, of course, I didn't know how to do the in-studio lighting as well. So my only option was to do the outdoor photography, which is also has like a lot of circumstances that can lead to canceling the session, such as a weather, like mostly weather.
Yeah, it's not reliable, and it's
Yeah.
and the light is not consistent as well. So
Yes.
basically, you knew that you needed to improve. You just didn't know what exactly to do, right? So why maternity photography? Because I'm teaching specifically maternity, even though like I teach everything in the course, you can apply it to any portrait photography pretty much, but like specific like tricks for posing, especially and things like that. So why maternity photography? Why did you think that was like the right decision for you?
At that time, I didn't understand that I need to niche down. And this is probably one of the first steps that you are teaching in your classes, that niching down is going to help you find the clients. Like, it's easier to get known for one thing instead of like doing everything at the same time and like technically not knowing what you're doing. Because at that
Mhm.
time, I didn't know what I want to do. I was at that stage where I didn't know actually where to start. I did know that I need to gather knowledge. I did know that I need to improve, but I didn't know where to start. And maternity. So since I went through the experience of being pregnant and becoming a mother, so this was like probably the right time for me, because I enjoyed, and I'm still enjoying the motherhood. And I was one of those moms who were happy to be pregnant. And this is probably why I decided to go into maternity. And of course,
Mhm.
like probably the main factors was your work, because I did like your style from the like very first look at your Instagram.
Okay, but like now looking at what happened now, so after you started applying some of the knowledge that you gained through the academy, through the classes, um, do you think niching down was a good idea? And do you think maternity and niching down in the maternity was a good idea for you?
Yes, definitely, yes. Uh, Niching down, as I said, it's easier to niche down to something that you like, uh, and implement the knowledge that over your course. And if you like maternity photography, this is what you should do. Um,
Hmm.
because in your area, like maternity is also one of the fresh fields to go into, because there's a lot of like portrait photographer, but not so many who knows how to pose right for maternity,
Hmm.
because there's a lot of like um, points that are um,
That you need to do just right. But like
yes, for the
when you,
maternity, for
because
the
you
mom.
now do you book clients now for maternity?
Yes, yeah,
Hmm.
constantly on a monthly basis. Now I have four sessions a month,
Hmm.
which after the course I started, like it takes time to go to some certain point to move from zero. So after the course I started doing my website, and then I was doing like a lot of model calls. So I changed my Instagram right away, because I like doing studio photography, and it's so much convenient to me, to the clients. They have a lot more privacy. You have a lot, like you have a consistent lighting.
Hmm.
You it's They feel special because they're kind of like they're alone in the studio, so there's not no people who are gonna
Yeah,
run around.
nobody's like watching them taking
Yeah,
pictures.
because like when you're posing and you see like other people just watching behind the photographer and looking at you, you just kind of get into like awkward feeling, and you kind of like start like closing and not wanting to pose.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why.
And then I know you tried doing some like nude pictures too, right? Like the nude maternities. That's something you cannot do outside as well.
Yes, it was actually probably since I started doing photography. Like, first of all, I went into the field that I didn't ever photograph before. And one of the things that I had to overcome was nude photography, because
Mm-hmm.
um, it was kind of like I felt awkward for the person who was posing in front of me. And at the same time, like looking at every body part at every angle was like, I'm kind of shy person. So I think that everyone is shy. And for that reason, I was like, kind of, when I was posing a person, like now I can just easily take the hand and put it like right on the boob just to cover the nipple, just to cover the back or anything. But before
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to like move your finger like, yeah, right there, right there, right there. Yeah, and stop. So it was awkward, like first probably 2 or 3 sessions, but then like the more you do it, the better you become at it.
Yeah, but you watch some of the classes inside the academy, right? Because I teach some of
Yes.
those like nude pictures. How did
Yeah.
you feel comfortable with like lighting, like nudes? Because this is
Yes.
something it's like a little bit more tricky to do that.
Yeah. Like what also I did like about the lighting and posing and styling the session is you are teaching the photographs that are still kind of have their own magic in it. Like they're not fully open, they're not trashy, they're just like tasteful. They are showing as much as you want to show. They are still remaining artistic to me as a photographer, to people who are watching it. And like I don't feel awkward anymore, like even posting these kind of pictures.
Yeah. No, they're just beautiful. I think it's just art. So everything that I do, it's super tasteful, and that's how you talk to your clients too. Is hey, we're not
Yeah.
gonna do anything that you're not comfortable with, and everything's gonna look like I'll make sure like nothing explicit shows. So everything is just like 100% PG-13. Is just tasteful and artistic. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what it would be the like within the academy, because you're the person that I want to talk to, so people actually know how it feels. Like, what was the transformation? First of all, we're gonna in a second I'll show you like before and after picture, kind of. So I have to find them on my phone, and I'm gonna share it with. Yeah, okay, don't be embarrassed. It's actually a good thing. So it's better to have
Yeah.
like after better than before, right?
Yes, definitely. I
But
never realized the difference before you actually show it to me, like
yeah, once
before
you
and
see them
after.
side by side, you see a big difference because it's been like 6 months now. So you had like 6 months to practice. I mean, the course was a little over a month at that time. And then again, once you learn everything, did you revisit any of the classes, by the way, like recently or like after we finished with the life group, with the life
I'm
classes?
rewatching constantly, especially when I get to the point when I think that like I have my routine. So as one of the first of your suggestions is having a routine, like standing, sitting on the floor.
Like the
So
workflow. Yeah.
yeah, so this is like really helpful just to understand that you cannot move a pregnant woman too much. So, and when I get to the point that I understand that there's not enough for me, so I kind of have a lot of like a lot of times I have a brain freeze. I don't know how to pose the person. I'm rewatching the videos, and it
Mhm.
actually happened just like a few days ago when I rewatched the videos again, especially the couple ones. That's really helpful because at the point you get to the cheesy posing where they're kissing the belly and that's it. But you want to be like more creative. When actually I started meeting fathers who like father to be, who are actually liking posing, who are actually really eager
Into
to be
pictures.
yeah, taking pictures, which is actually unusual to me. But yeah, so I rewatch those videos and also with the styling, because at some point there's also not enough. So you want to do new stuff and you kind of forget material you've watched before, and you just like go and rewatch it, refresh your mind, and go to your next session, and you just like click click click, you have a lot of new photographs for your portfolio for
Yeah,
the
I feel like you
website.
always need to refresh and rewatch whatever. Like it doesn't matter what kind of course you take or like what kind of information you take, you forget things, and especially if you don't put things in practice, you forget them. So what was like to you, what was the most useful and like transformational either information or, anything that you learned from the academy? What was the big intake for you from?
The big intake is value my work and my time. This is probably one of the main things, because when you treat your business as a hobby, you don't take it serious, and people are not going to take it serious as well. The second thing is going through like everything together, because you're kind of getting a package deal. So you go from zero to, by the end of the course, you can become a pro if you implement all of the things that you are suggesting, and practicing that makes it all worth it, because you can learn a lot of stuff. You can learn posing, you can watch videos, you can watch styling, you can watch lighting, but if you're not practicing it, if you're not implementing those in your work, you're not going to see the difference. You're just going to watch those videos, and then you're going to say, I didn't have clients, so I didn't know how to implement, and by the end of like a month or two, you're just going to forget everything that you've learned.
So what did you do when you didn't have clients?
I did model calls, a lot of those. I have a lot of model calls.
So you did portfolio building basically, and did you find any clients from the portfolio building opportunities that you created for yourself?
I actually made my clients, there were a few clients who requested the event photography, like as a baby shower. And so they didn't know that I do maternity. So I was like, well, they're already pregnant, they're having a baby shower. So why not offering them like a discounted session or even a free session? Just because like I need work, and they're gonna be just like having something in addition to that, to the baby shower.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
And when I was looking also for the model calls, I was searching through mostly like Facebook moms groups.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
what was in terms of like photography side of things, what was the most helpful thing for you inside the academy? Because I know you already knew how to work with Flash in a way, but did you find something new? Because you were not completely like newbie. You already knew how to work with the camera, like the settings, the flash. What was different or what was maybe new that you learned inside the course for you?
Creating the like, if we're gonna talk about the lighting, I didn't
Mhm.
know how to use just the flash, off camera flash. I didn't know how to use strobe lighting, or you can actually create this type of light with a flash. I didn't know that either. Like how to use different types of softbox, how to place the light to create an artistic shot, like deeper shot, posing, like posing, it was, everything was new to me, because I didn't know how to pose. I didn't know how to pose like a pregnant woman, just a woman, just to flatter her angles. And I didn't know how to pose clients. Also, what was also helpful is the information about different types of maternity clients. So they're like, some can be on a bigger side, some can be on a smaller side, so how you can
Mhm.
pose them so the belly can look a little bit bigger, or how you can pose them that the belly is going to look a little bit smaller.
Yeah, because it's all about the angles, right?
Yes, yes. And styling. So everything can be like, at some point, everything can be great, but if the styling is wrong, the shot is not going to be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So what will be so can you describe your life and your work, and I'm looking for like before and after pictures to show actually so we can share it on the live, so get
Mhm.
ready for that. But can you describe in your best words like how did you feel about your work back then, like before you started the academy, and how do you feel about your work right now, and how do you feel where you at right now compared where you were before you started the course?
I always, every time after the session, I always had the feeling that there's something wrong. Like there's something off with the shot. There's something off with the lightning. There's something off with the pose. So like, I was just rewatching my shots like half year ago, and I'm looking right now. Oh my god, I would place the leg differently, the hand differently. Everything is gonna
Now
be
you see
differently.
everything, right? Everything
Yeah.
that's wrong with your picture.
Yeah,
Isn't it
not, like
fun?
now I see, but before I didn't realize it, but I always had that feeling that I didn't have enough input into that shot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how do you feel about your work right now?
I love it. Right, every time I'm after the session, yeah, I do see the stuff where I could have done better, but it
Yeah,
is
that's
not as
normal. I'm never happy. I'm never 100% happy with my shoot. Like I always see like, oh, we should have done this. I haven't thought about that. But that's how you got like you have to stay critical about your work. But
yeah.
are you excited about, going into the new shoot? Do you feel confident with like, that you show up to the client? Like, can you talk about those things? Like how do you feel? What's different?
Now, I'm not that nervous anymore to go to the session. What also helped me at first just to stick to a routine is I was printing out the poses. So like what I want to do, what kind of shots I want to do, I just printed them just to have them in front of me, just to follow the
Mhm.
routine. And now I don't need to print them, but I still have a screenshot of what I want to do. And I'm more confident with the lightning. And I also get, before it took me like, if the session was an hour or 1.5 hour, to get to at least like some kind of result, it took me like 3 hours. Right now, I can have a session within 1.5 hour to 2 hours, and I also get the time to experiment by the end. For instance, if I want to do a new lightning or use another like type of light or another pose or another like fabric task or something, I still have time to do that because I know like I got those shots that the client wanted. I got those shots that I wanted. And yeah, so
Yeah, that's exactly how you workflow, like it helps you. And that's what I teach you. You need to do like some basic shots to cover your bases first, and
yeah.
then just, go experiment. Hold on, let me see how I can add like any of the pictures. Do you guys have any questions for Elena? Because she's your first-hand person to learn how, things are inside Luxury Maturing Photography Academy. I don't know how to add the picture here, to be honest with you. But if you guys go to her Instagram, can you say your Instagram? For
Elena
those,
Tofan DMV.
elena.tofan.dmv, right? So you
Yeah.
can go from see her profile right from this video, so you can see the beautiful work she was creating last, like one of the last images. So which is your favorite? Which one is your favorite image that you created lately?
The one with the mirror, like under the one that's your favorite
Reflection?
too.
The reflection?
The
I'm actually
reflection
gonna
one.
show you website real quick. Hold on. Because I can't bring up the pictures to the live for some reason. Like I can't figure out how to do that. But let me just show you some of the maturing pictures. Yeah, the reflection one is a good one. So I'm just gonna flip my camera real quick. Hang on, you guys. Bear with me. Okay. So this is Elena's website right now. That's how it's looking. First of all, the website looks amazing. Second of all, this picture is one of my favorites. And this is the after the academy, right? The posing,
Yes.
the editing, everything. Ooh, talk to us about the editing too, because I know it wasn't too hard for you because you knew some things again, like
Yeah.
everybody's starting at a different point in their journey, but just like talk to us what was helpful to you.
The skin retouching. The most like what I was struggling with that editing is skin retouching, and like the tools that you are using. Like how can you enhance the undertones of the skin color. That's really helpful for me. And also the like how you are making the skin look smooth and one toned, like even having a even
Like
tone
even
color.
out the skin tone.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
that
awesome.
that's
Okay.
really helpful.
Let me show
Also,
you
like
before.
oh
Hold on, I
yeah,
found the before and after. I found the before. So these are hold on, let me flip the phone. And these are some of the images that Elena was taking right before you started the academy. It's not a maternity photo shoot. You don't have a lot of. I don't think you had any maternity pictures before, right? I didn't see any.
mm-mm.
Like you started taking maternity right when you started like taking
Yes,
the classes, but before you watched everything. So these are some of the pictures, outdoor pictures. They look just, this one is actually not too bad, but a lot of them look just like regular photography. So there's nothing um wow, like amazing about it,
yeah.
right?
Even the cropping was off. So
Yeah, like the composition. These
yeah,
ones I think you took right when you
what?
started, and you were
Yes,
trying to do a lot of editing on those. So you were playing
yeah.
with like the colors and things.
I was thinking at the time, I was thinking that editing can fix everything. So I was one of those people that, okay, I will fix it in Photoshop. Yeah, you can kind of fix some things, but if you cut the leg not at the right spot, you're not gonna elongate it. You're not gonna
Mhm.
start like drawing the leg or something like that.
Yeah, because I
So
think we were trying to recreate those pictures. Did you try to blur out the background here, by the way? I was looking at this picture and was
yeah, I was trying to,
yeah.
but
So this one, some of them, I mean, this looks pretty actually, but this right when you started the academy, you started doing those pictures, but I feel like the background could have been like blurrier. So just like
yeah,
better choices with the background compared
yeah,
to like some of the new work, which looks super clean and sharp. And
yeah.
do you feel like what happened on Instagram? Like once you started posting those pictures, do you see like more attention on
Yeah,
Instagram? Like,
yeah.
do you get, yeah?
I started gaining more how do you quality followers. Yeah,
Mhm.
I call it quality followers because those are the ones that are interested, like the client. Maybe they're gonna become the clients in the future, or people who are interested in my work compared to before. Like I had a lot of like flowing, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like
Mhm.
I didn't have a consistent amount that are gonna stay with me.
Yeah, and you had like, well, you still have like core friends, like everybody does, and
Yeah,
then the rest is just like people who are actually interested in your work. They're gonna come, and hopefully they're gonna stay. All
yeah.
right, so last question for you, Elena. If what would you say to someone who's like considering joining Luxury Material Photography Academy? What would be your advice? Maybe did you have any concerns actually before you joined? Because I know you didn't make the decision right away. You were kind of like thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, and you pulled the plug like last minute, I think. And
Yeah,
I'm so happy actually because like I was like, damn it, she really can't do it because I saw you work. Like you kind of had the potential, but obviously you need to learn so much, you need to practice. But I saw that you had like that drive in you because it's like a certain type of personality who you need to have, like you really need to want to do things in order to actually see big change quickly, right? So what were you concerned about, and did the academy meet your expectations?
definitely. So first thing that actually went right away, it was the money wise, because at the time I didn't bring any income. And I was like, yeah, what should I do? How can I do it? Like I was talking back and forth with my husband. He was like, do you want to do it? Are you sure you're gonna have you're gonna change your work after that? If that's the case, and if you think it's right at this time, because me and my husband are kind of like, before we're investing, we're investigating the negative and the positive parts. So, and I was like, yeah, definitely. So like I know that it's gonna change my work, and I want to do it. And I do see like one of the main things why I still decided to go with is your work, because I did see your style and I liked it. This is like what I wanted to do for the longest time. And like the main decision maker was um, that I will get a chance to come at least closer with my work to the style that you are creating.
So the
So
main thing that was stopping from you was like the price point, right? Because it was like
yes,
over $1,000, and
yes,
you're not bringing any income in, you don't have any clients. Like, why should you invest in yourself?
yeah,
So, do you think it was worth it?
definitely. It was worth it, and every time like that, I have some of the friends who are also photographers. They're asking me like, I see how your work's changed. I see your beautiful pictures. Like you're developing so fast. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm just sending Tania's profile. Like I'm just saying to everyone, like, go ahead and sign up for the class because I know it's worth it. You can do the same, even if they're in the same area as I am. But um, I'm always suggesting them to join the class just because I see how much my work's changed, and I know that I'm not one of those persons who are like, okay, I went to this class, so I'm just gonna keep it to myself. No, I just want everyone to know what I know, and
Yeah,
I want
because
to
we
know
want
like,
more better photographers. Like, it's
yeah,
just more fun.
yeah, it's just like we can get creative, and of course, like we're learning every time we're learning from one another, but you were kind enough to share a lot of your knowledges and teach us to do everything that you know yourself. And every time somebody asks me, I always suggest them to come to your academy.
Oh,
And
thank
if
you.
that's also the case to some other people who are also thinking because of the price point they cannot afford it, guys, you can't do it at that time, but these money are gonna come right away. Like within second or third months, you're just gonna um, apply it. I mean, you're just gonna gain those money. It took me 2 or 3 months just because I have less time and I had the baby, and at the time I didn't um, send my baby to the daycare, so I didn't have a lot of time. But it
Mm-hmm.
come even faster just because if you're gonna implement those knowledge right away, it just like you can gain those money right away, like within
Yeah,
2 or 3 weeks, because it's changing. And if you're gonna be fast, you can. If you're gonna show your work right away, it's gonna work at some point.
because within the academy, we start building the portfolio right away, and then you
Yes.
can start changing your social media, your website, and all of those things. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
this is one
and
of the first things I did after the academy, after I started doing the model calls. I started changing my Instagram grid and my
website.
website. Yeah.
hmm Okay. So, did you take any other courses after you did the academy? Because I know you took something else, right? Like about
Yes.
maternity.
Yes.
So,
I did take other classes for as a styling and also as some editing.
hmm
Because I'm never satisfied by by the end. I still like have. I always have the urge to um,
to learn
uh,
more. Yeah.
yeah, to
And you
learn
need
more.
to learn from different people too, because
Yes,
you kind of take what you need from everybody's style and you just
to
make it
create
in
your
your
own.
own. But
Yes.
talk to me about like what's the value inside the academy compared maybe to some other courses that you were taking? Like how do you feel it's compared to something else within like maternity photography community, for example?
Uh, every
Because you
time.
have the first hand. Because I mean I didn't watch any other people's courses. I have like an idea, but you're the one who's actually took them. So can you just talk about like what was different, maybe how can we improve, and what was helpful to you in those courses compared to the academy, for example, and vice versa.
What is the most helpful thing is that you have a feedback. So I see a lot of students from the academy, they're just going back to the chat that we have and they're asking advices. You are still making some challenges that for us just to speed up our Instagram, just to add more clients, just to kind of keep us going with our creativity, with
hmm
our
So you're
um,
talking about the community, the group chat
yes,
that we have for the
yes,
course.
that's really helpful. Just because you kind of see that it's not just like you're not just selling the course, you really care about your students, you really want to kind of make them do things.
Mhm.
Because the other courses that I took, they're just like you can just go back and rewatch it. You don't have a community, you don't have a feedback from the people, you don't have you don't even have the contact or that personal touch with the person you're taking the course. It is just like the simple video. Yes, it is helpful. Yes, you are implementing that in your work, but it's completely up to you. There's no personal touch, there's no call to action. Because every time, for instance, when we were studying at the academy, you created a 2 week challenge where we have to post 3 times a week and create also reels, and also you explained how the stories work and how to boost up your Instagram, and you were also involved with it in it. And this is really what probably one of the main things why people kind of have the option to buy different, but this is why they have to buy from you, because you are still with them, you are guiding them, you are helping, you are watching, like you're how to say that,
Well, I feel like when you just
looking for
watch
the
the
word.
video, and I mean, yes, you can implement it, but also I'm as an educator, I need to make sure that you, first of all, you have the motivation to like do your homework. Second of all, when you like a part of the group and everybody started doing something, you're like, oh my God, I'm behind. I better go do this because it's
Yes.
another thing to like, why would you want to actually do and take action?
Yes, definitely, that's for sure. And you have to make time for it. First of all, like to do
Yes,
things, to keep up with everyone, you kind of have to be ready for that. When you're buying the course, it's not just like you can rewatch it anytime. If there is a 2 week challenge, there is a 2 week challenge, like for example, like starting August 1st, ending August 14th. And if you are not in it, you are not in it. That's it. Like it's not going to be repeated, it's not going to be again. And this is what also drives you to go forward, just because you know that everybody does it, and you know that Instagram is one of the main tools right now to drive traffic to your website, to drive traffic to like your business. And if you are behind it, then if not right now, you're not going to do it later.
right, exactly. So, what would you say to someone who's like deciding whether they should or should not sign up with the Luxury Material Photography Academy? If
Well,
it was a friend and just like,
you've seen my transformation, and I think that says a lot about how the course had an impact on my work. And if you want to do the same, you just go ahead and sign up for it, because, as I had said, it's an investment, but you are gonna get it back, and you are gonna get it back in much more um, value, not just the money wise. It's also the work, and it's also the people. When you see people texting you after they receive the gallery, they're texting you, oh my God, your gallery is perfect. And you didn't even edit that. It's already a lot, because you
yeah.
didn't touch up anything in that gallery, but they are already happy with it. They like, I get constant messages like, can I buy the full gallery? I'm like, no. I, I'm not selling the gallery, but you can buy more pictures. Thank you.
Oh, they want like all of the pictures from the photo shoot.
Yeah, they want all of the pictures from the photo shoot. And
Well, maybe
especially,
consider selling all of the pictures if they request.
I did something like now I'm not just sending them just the raw files. I still do the color correction and kind of cropping. So even if they
Yes,
share some images
just
that
the
are not,
Lightroom. Hmm.
if they if even if they're gonna share some images that are not retouched, they're still gonna look good. Good. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I'm sorry. Need more
So
water.
let me get some water. Let me show you one more time the before and after of Elena's work. And some of the images are non-maternity, but this is something she came in. This one is actually not too bad, but her foot is cut off. These are just some of the early pictures that she was taking. before she joined the academy, right before, right? Like a few months before, probably, right?
Yeah.
These ones were taken. And then she started taking some maternity, but she was like not 100% sure what she wants to do. And then look at her work right now. Like, this screams like luxury maternity photography to me. Like this picture, these ones I love. So it's a combination of like shooting and editing, right?
Yes. Yes.
hmm So you learn some of the techniques that I was teaching, and
Yeah.
these are beautiful. So
Fabric
she,
implementing is
yeah,
one of the things that are helping a lot.
hmm
This is one of the things that you teach in your academy, like how to edit fabric. And if it's not big enough, Ksenia is also teaching you how to make it bigger.
right.
And yeah,
And this is the styling and posing and the fabric, and
I
this is
even
the
I
silhouette.
even have I even see the growth from my first model call after the academy and now. I can even like say what I would change in that first
Oh, you see like the
version, whatever.
mistakes from like the first. Oh, people
Yeah.
are saying amazing. They sending you some love. Okay, if you guys think that Elena did an amazing job, please send her some hearts in the chat. We will appreciate that. And if you are interested, if you still like debating whether to join Luxury Maternity Photography Academy, we actually are open for enrollment right now. Today, we just opened the enrollment, and you have a very special discount just today. We have a coupon that you can get if you join our Telegram group. So go to my stories, go back today. We have a link to join the Telegram group, and you also have the link to join the academy. It's in my bio link. So make sure to check it out because this is an all-in-one course for someone who wants to create similar beautiful work like Elena is doing right now. She did the work. She took the time to study and she took the time to implement the work, the knowledge into her work. And now we're seeing the results. So thank you so much for being here today, Elena. Good luck with everything. Keep going because now you did the hard work and now you just need to like keep riding the wave because
Yeah.
things started happening for you. And again, like it took you 6 months to get where you are today. So everything is almost like I feel like you like right around the corner from your big success because you're already getting known into the area and like you're already getting some client requests and you work with some maternity clients now and this is becoming your specialty. So I'm just excited to see what's going to happen in the next 6 months because I feel like next year 2023 will be your year because you already like doing it. So I'm so
I'm
excited when I
excited.
like talk to my students. And you're not the only one. We had like a few more people in the group who actually dove right into like maternity photography specifically. They decided to stick to the niche and they saw the results and they saw the transformation. So I'm going to talk to Melanie tomorrow. So join us live at, I think we're going live at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. So I'll post it on my stories, but she's going to share. Her work is incredible as well. And I see the transformation in her work as well. And she's becoming booked like for maternity sessions. She's in New York too. So it's like busy, you know, there's a lot of photographers, but she's becoming like she's almost fully booked, I think, now for like studio maternity sessions, which is amazing. And she was one of the people who were like doubting herself in the beginning because inside the course I'm not only teaching you how to take the pictures but also how to think about your work, like the mindset piece. That's very important as well because it's easy to get wrapped into like, oh, who am I to even go like show the pictures that I took last weekend. So yeah, well, thank you so much, Elena, for joining us today. Go be with your baby and we'll
Thank
talk to
you.
you soon.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye. Good luck.
Bye.